met at a bar in Austin on 6th Street.
He asked to buy me a drink, and I told him no. And then I told him he could buy me some water, or he could get me a water.
Offered her water, and then she settled for a Grey Goose and tonic.
So he was very careful about when could he approach me, that he can make for sure I'm not having any company or a boyfriend or whatever. So he waited all night long.
We were going to see a band that we both knew, a friend of hers knew, and that I knew.
I thought he was really funny, and he made me laugh. And then since it turned out, like, I knew he was on my floor, and then he was right next door, so all our friends started hanging out all the time, and then we became friends.
We started off as friends, and it just kind of evolved from there very naturally.
How did you first meet Brandy?
Her and my sister were friends years ago. I've known her for probably 15 years.
You can either one on your wrist or actually, we met through, I was his sister's friend in 6th grade. And then, so that's the first time that we actually met, but we didn't like each other then. He was mean to me, actually. And then, whenever I was in high school, we became really, really, really good friends. And he was the godfather to my son. So that's kind of how we met.
You know, how did it go from there?
We really just kind of kept talking and kept, like, I think we were both very excited to get to know each other, and, you know, it just ended up, we just kept not wanting to leave. I think I even, you know, her friends left and she stayed there with me. I gave them my ID so they wouldn't think, you know, I was gonna steal her.
So what was it that you found attractive about Robert?
This is embarrassing. His personality, he's really, really funny, and he's really smart, and he's so intelligent. He's much smart. He's everything I'm not, basically.
But you realised early on that even though you kind of dated for like 5 years, but did you always feel in your heart that you wanted to marry her?
Yeah, definitely always knew. There was something about her that challenged me and that I wanted to be with. You know, I think we have very similar backgrounds and upbringing, and I think we both, you know, really want to give a family, you know, everything that we didn't have growing up.
I'm ready to get married to him, and I love him.
Another friend of mine was there. As we were talking, David De La Garza, his band was playing the song from Santana called Maria Maria. And when Jahaida walked by one more time, I mean, she really captured our eye, and we were just like, hey, there goes Maria Maria, as she went and walked again. I knew then I really wanted to go ask her to dance.
And then after a week of being talking on the phone, we went on a date. And then I said, I'm sorry, I'm very strict, so I don't know if this is gonna work, but I really want to go on dates with you, but don't touch me, don't do anything. Otherwise, it's not gonna work.
And what about the proposal? How did you go about that?
Okay. Yes, I knew what I wanted to do, purchase the rings, and I wanted to take her downtown. We went to Four Seasons downtown.
We went for like a lunch in downtown, and I was like, this sounds like I'm smelling something here. He said, well, if you don't mind, I have some theater tickets. I would love to take you there. I just don't know if you feel kind of in the mood to go. And I said, sure, whatever you have on mind is great for me. So we had a champagne bottle there, and it was like flowers and chocolates, and I was like, this smells like something very interesting. Something's gonna happen today. So we had a toast with champagne and went to the theater. It was a lot of fun. And then once we're coming out of the theater, he said, okay, we have to go to the room and we have to get changed again. We have another date going somewhere else. And but I need you a little more formal. And I said, oh, this is the place where he's gonna ask me. So it was funny because I'm thinking, but things were not going how I wanted. So I get changed and I get something formal, he gets something very formal. And then we go to eat in a place named Sambuca restaurant in downtown. And then we sit down in the same table we had our first date of the night. So that was like too much, you know. I was like thinking that, okay, it's gonna be here, it's the night, and it's gonna tell me now. So the dinner went through and nothing happened. I said, okay, he's maybe trying to, you know, refresh memories, and I'm thinking that he's gonna propose me. But anyway, it's okay.
We were going to Sambucas, which is where our first date was at Sambucas, and that's where I wanted to propose to her, and that is where I proposed to Jahida after sitting there some time and you know, working up the courage to bring up the rings and ask her to marry me, and she says yes, and
I spoke to both her father and her stepfather.
And what was their reaction?
They were happy. Her father was very happy. They kind of sensed it coming, so it wasn't a total shock.
It was at the Texas OU game. We were there. It's a game that UT plays against OU every year. It's in Dallas, and the state fair is going on. So after the game, we went and rode on the Ferris wheel. And then he proposed on the Ferris wheel, except for there were 2 other women on the Ferris wheel with us, and they just weren't super friendly. So we redid it, which ended up working out great because we got to stay for the Chinese Lantern Festival. So I got 2 proposals out of it, so.
So tell us about, you know, when you first started dating. How did that evolve?
Well, it came about me realizing chasing the wrong women, first and foremost, and realizing I was ready to settle down. Why not settle down with the best friend that knows everything about me inside and out, and I know of her the same.
We were best friends for 15 years. He did everything with me and the kids. I mean, we were just best friends. When I was going through a divorce, and he was always there for me, helping me with the kids, and we went out one night, and he just told me that he would always be there for me, and that he loved me, and to make sure that I knew that. And then the next day, I called him and was like, did you mean that in a loving way, like as a friend, or what did you mean? So he told me that, you know, he really loved me, and he would like to, you know, see how it worked, but not ruin our friendship. So after that, it was about 2 months, and we talked and talked and talked to make sure everything would be okay and not ruin our friendship. And then we decided to be together, and 4 years later, here we are.
We talked this thing through before we ever made the move. I was her kid's godfather before we ever became a couple. And more importantly for both of us was, if this went south, this would destroy kids and destroy a friendship. That we had to be all in or nothing at all, one or the other.
So that was all in.
It was all in, and we're here today.
So how do you feel now?
I am more happy than I've ever been in my life, hands down.